All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
I'm excited for this one.
Oh, me too. This one is juicy.
Very interesting.
So we are going to be looking at, you know how we always say we never know what we're going to find?
Right.
This time, I think we've truly outdone ourselves.
I think so.
We've got an MLM,
Yes.
which, okay, that's not totally out of the ordinary for us,
The combination.
but it's the combo.
Yeah.
So it's an MLM for a dating app,
For a dating app.
but also you have the opportunity to become a founding member.
Ooh, very exclusive.
Very exclusive.
Yeah.
So we've got the source material all about Kornerspot,
Okay.
which is the name of the company.
Right.
And
Based out of...
it's Nigerian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a Nigerian dating app that is using a multi-level marketing structure
Interesting.
to grow.
Okay.
And they're offering this founding member opportunity,
Right.
which is limited to the first 100 people to sign up.
I mean, I've heard of founding members for maybe a club or an organization or something, but
Sure.
a dating app, that's a new one.
It's a new one for sure.
Yeah.
But, we see stuff like this all the time. People
Yeah.
trying to get in on the ground floor
Absolutely.
of a new opportunity that promises riches and passive income.
It's that allure of financial freedom.
Totally. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to try to break down, what is this opportunity? What does it actually entail?
Right. And what are some of the things people should be aware of before jumping in?
Exactly. Because, there's a lot of promises in here about residual income,
Oh, yeah.
financial freedom. There's this talk of building a community, exclusive incentives and rewards for, top performers.
All the buzzwords.
All the buzzwords, yeah.
Yeah.
But we want to look at, what's the reality of this?
Yeah. Is there any substance to these claims, or is it just hype?
Exactly.
And how does this whole founding member thing actually work?
Right. So let's start there with this concept of a founding member, because it's not super clear from the source material, like, what does that actually mean?
Yeah. What makes them so special? What sets them apart from regular members?
Yeah. So in the context of MLMs, it seems to be, you're the OGs.
The originals.
Yeah. You're the first ones in.
Right.
You're at the top of that pyramid structure.
So they're implying that by being a founding member, you get a better position within the structure.
Exactly. And that better position then translates into more earning potential.
Because as the network grows underneath you,
Right.
you're getting a piece of everyone's sales.
Exactly. And it's interesting because they're really pushing this, limited time offer.
Oh, yeah. I bet there's some scarcity tactics at play.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, only the first 100 people get this amazing opportunity.
Create that sense of urgency.
Yeah. So, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, maybe this is for me.
Don't miss out.
Don't miss out.
Right.
They are having a virtual meeting on February 23rd, 2025.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's coming up.
Yeah, very soon.
It's from 3:00 p.m. to 5:00 p.m. London time.
All right. So mark your calendars, everyone.
We'll include the Zoom link in the show notes
Perfect.
if you're actually interested in attending.
Good deal. Good deal.
But, okay, so let's move on from this whole founding member thing and talk about the juicy stuff, the promises.
It's big promises.
The big promises, right?
Residual income, financial freedom.
Yeah, because that's really what they're emphasizing in this source material.
Right. That's the hook.
It's like work hard, build your network, and then just sit back and watch the money roll in.
Yeah. Finally escape the 9-to-5 grind.
Exactly. It's that whole idea of passive income.
Right? Passive income. Yeah. It's very appealing.
Very appealing.
Because who doesn't want to make money while they sleep, right?
Right. Exactly. But
there's always a but.
there's always a but. Yeah.
What's the reality of this residual income and financial freedom in the context of an MLM?
Yeah, because it's often presented as this sort of guaranteed thing.
Yeah. Like if you just follow the system, you're going to be rich.
Yeah. But it's not that simple, is it?
No, it's definitely not that simple. And there are some potential downsides that people need to be aware of.
Okay, so let's talk about the downsides.
All right. Well, one of the biggest ones is this concept of market saturation.
Market saturation, okay.
So imagine this. Everyone you know is also trying to recruit for this dating app.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right? Everyone's pitching it to their friends, their family, their coworkers.
Yeah.
And suddenly it becomes much harder to find new members.
Yeah, nobody wants to join.
Right, because everyone's already in, or everyone's already been pitched on it.
Right.
And when that happens, your earning potential hits a ceiling.
Oh, so it's not actually passive.
Right, it's not truly passive because you're constantly needing to hustle.
You're always looking for new recruits.
Exactly. And the focus can shift from selling the actual dating app to just endlessly expanding your network.
Okay, so you're not actually selling a product.
Well, you're supposed to be selling a product, but the emphasis can become so much on recruitment
Right, just get more people under you.
that it overshadows the actual product itself.
And that's where the ethical concerns come in, right?
Exactly. Yeah, for a lot of people, that raises some ethical questions because are you really helping people?
Yeah, are you selling them a legitimate opportunity?
Or are you just using them to build your own income?
Right.
And that's a question that everyone needs to grapple with if they're considering joining an MLM.
That's a good point. It's not just about the money. It's also about, your values.
Exactly.
Um, okay, so we've covered the residual income, the financial freedom,
The big dreams.
the big dreams,
Yeah, hype.
the hype. Um, but there's this other aspect that the source material touches on,
Okay.
which is the incentives and rewards.
The dangling carrot.
The dangling carrot, exactly. And, they mentioned exclusive prizes.
Trips, maybe cars.
Yeah, trips, cars, rewards for top performers,
Got to incentivize those top performers.
of course. But, as with everything else, we have to look at this with a critical eye.
Absolutely, because while incentives can be motivating,
Sure.
it's important to really evaluate their value and feasibility.
Okay. So what should we be asking ourselves about these rewards?
Well, first of all, are they actually valuable to you?
Right.
Like, is a trip to some random island really something you want, or would you rather just have the cash?
Yeah, or is that trip really just a way for them to sell you on something?
Right, exactly. And then secondly, are they transparently explained?
So, how do you actually earn them?
Yeah, what are the specific criteria? What are the targets you have to hit?
And is it clear and achievable?
Right. Is it realistic, or is it just this pie in the sky thing that's almost impossible to attain?
Right.
And then finally, and this is really crucial, is the reward structure sustainable?
Okay. Sustainable in what way?
Well, because if it relies on constantly adding more and more people to the network,
Oh, okay.
then that's not a solid foundation.
It's a pyramid scheme.
Well, I don't know if we can say that definitively,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it's definitely something to be wary of.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the rewards are coming from actual sales of the product,
Exactly, not just from recruitment.
not just from recruitment.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've talked about the financial aspect.
Right, the money, the rewards.
The rewards.
Yeah.
But there's this other interesting angle that the source material brings up,
Okay.
which is community building.
The sense of belonging.
The sense of belonging. Yeah, they talk about, connecting with like-minded individuals.
So they're trying to create a community around this dating app.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, they're connecting it to the product itself.
Right, because it's a dating app. So the community they're trying to build is likely centered around dating advice, relationship support, things like that.
So it's all very relevant to their product. It's not just like a random group of people.
No, it's all tied together.
It's all tied together. Very clever marketing, if you ask me.
It is a good strategy.
Yeah. But it does raise the question, how genuine are these connections?
Right. Are people really there for the community, or are they just there to recruit?
Yeah. Is it truly about fostering a community, or is it just a byproduct of everyone trying to build their network?
That's a tough one. And it's probably something you'd have to experience firsthand to really know.
Yeah. It's hard to say from the outside looking in.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
We've talked about the founding member opportunity, the promises of residual income and financial freedom, the incentives and rewards, and this whole community building aspect.
We've done a deep dive.
We've done a deep dive, and I think, we've highlighted both the potential benefits and the potential risks.
Absolutely. And ultimately, the decision of whether or not to get involved is a personal one.
Yeah, you have to weigh the pros and cons.
Right. But we hope this has given you the information you need to make an informed decision.
Exactly. And, as always, do your own research. Don't just take our word for it.
Right. Look into kornerspot. Look into MLMs in general.
And think about, what are your goals? What are your values?
Yeah. Does this opportunity align with who you are and what you want to achieve?
Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters.
That's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.